Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Kanada'nın lider Politeknik Üniversitesi, Northern Alberta Institute of Technology'de eğitimi Junko'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Junko, the stage is yours now.
Thank you, Zeynep. Hi, everyone. I guess good evening in Turkey. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Junko. I'm an international recruitment specialist at Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. It's called NAIT, N-A-I-T. Hello, everyone. Okay, before I start my presentation, I'd like to share a video of one of our international students who is currently attending at NAIT. He's originally from India, and he's in a Bachelor of Technology program right now. So let me share the video first.
They say, if you travel far enough, you meet yourself. I wondered if this applied to a 23-year-old engineering student from India studying abroad. I could feel it in that very first breath of crisp Canadian air. I had entered a new world. One full of new discoveries waiting to be made. I still remember seeing campus for the first time. I felt excited for my first semester, for what was to come next for me. Meeting so many people from different countries and hearing about their journeys was so much fun. I dove right in and worked hard those first days. My Bachelor of Technology classes were fascinating. They were industry-oriented and hands-on. I felt like I was gaining insight into what life was really like in the field. And I made friends quickly. Good friends, the kind you can do anything with. Any Canadian thing. But this was life and not a dream. Of course, challenges hit me. There were times I felt like maybe the whole experience was too big for me. I had planned to find a job, but it was tough to land one. My budget became tight. I missed my mom and dad, and my fun classes became my hard classes. Did I travel literally across the world to fail? I remembered something my parents used to tell me. A person who works hard has nothing to fear. So I doubled my efforts and found a job. My instructors challenged me to dig deep and look at things in a new way. To appreciate that engineering is most useful to us when it coexists with nature. I thought about my reasons for coming to Canada, why I went in a different direction than my friends back home. We were all asking the same questions, but I wanted different answers. Sustainable answers for the future of engineering. For all of our futures.
Okay. I hope everyone found that this video is inspiring and then it gave you some idea what your school life looks like in Edmonton at NAIT. Okay, now I'm going to start my presentation. Just give me a second. Okay, so today I'll talk about Canada and the province of Alberta and the city of Edmonton, NAIT, and then our programs, and then lastly, how to apply NAIT. So at the end of the presentation, there will be a time to take your questions. So please feel free to ask me questions later if you have any. Let's get started. So first of all, let's take a look at the travel times from Istanbul. We'll look into our exact location later, but this map will give you some idea of the distance from where you live. So from Istanbul, the travel time would be around 14 hours, and you would probably need to transit through Toronto to Edmonton. And then here are the pictures of Canada, and they are taken at the different times of the year. We have 4 distinct seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. So the right photo is a photo of Edmonton, and it has been taken in the fall season. So you can see the beautiful autumn leaves in the photo. The temperatures rise and fall gradually. In the summertime, the average temperature is 22 degrees Celsius, and in the wintertime, it's a minus 10 degrees Celsius. However, it gets colder in winter, and the temperature can drop to minus 20 or minus 30 degrees Celsius. A lot of international students worry about the winter weather in Canada. However, winter in Edmonton is very dry cold, and then some people find it's refreshing and not chilling. And then you will feel fine as long as you wear the proper clothing, such as gloves and scarf and a toque. And we are also very prepared for the winter with centralized heating and insulated spaces. So it's very warm inside of the house and the building. And then some people are wearing just t-shirts in their houses. And even the public transit, like such as trains and the, buses, are heated. And also, our province is known for the sunniest province in Canada, and it's sunny even in winter. So for example, Edmonton has an average of 325 sunny days. So this makes a huge difference because you will find a blue sunny sky even if we have a snow on the street, which makes us feel very refreshing. So you may think most Canadian people look like him, but actually Canada is very multicultural, and you will find a lot of people from a different cultural background and ethnicities. Based on the recent statistics, there are over 250 ethnic origins and ancestries in Canada. So the United States also has a lot of people who are from different countries or different ethnic backgrounds, but it's known to be a melting pot, whereas Canada is known to be a mosaic. So the difference between the States and Canada is, in the States, everyone goes in different and it comes out as American, but in Canada, everyone goes in different and it maintains their cultural identity and they're bound together by the shared Canadian values. So we respect and celebrate different cultures and encourage people to keep their own culture as a part of their heritage. Canadians are very open to and curious about the people from different countries. So you will find the people here are very warm, friendly, and welcoming. So by the way, the person in this picture is a current Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. His party has developed and implemented some legislation that supports international students and newcomers to Canada. He may not be in the office forever, but his current policies can help to support your goals to study and stay in Canada. He's a big supporter of international students and immigration. And Canada is the second largest country in the world, and it has a 37 million population. Canada has admitted more than 300,000 permanent residents last year, and it has been accepting a lot of immigrants. So the reason why Canada is open to the immigration is Canada has an aging population. So if we don't bring in people from overseas, we will not have enough people to keep our country running. And Canada is also one of the few countries that offers a postgraduate work permit for international students. What is a postgraduate work permit? So the post-graduation work permit allows international students to work in Canada after they finish school. So the student will have opportunities to gain a Canadian work experience. And after working in Canada for a few years, they may have a chance to apply for the permanent residency in Canada. In fact, in 2018, 54,000 international students became a permanent residents in Canada. So as you can see here, Canada considers international students as an excellent candidate for the permanent residence because international students study in the Canadian education system and they are already familiar with the Canadian, the country and the culture. International students meet our labor needs in a highly qualified professional and skilled trade. They also increase Canada's innovation capacity and they have a ties to international trade in a global economy. So Canada sees a lot of values and benefits that international students can potentially bring to the country. Now we are moving on to the province of Alberta. So Canada is organized into 13 provinces and territories. And the NATE is located in the province of Alberta, just a website of Canada. The population in Alberta is just over 3 million, and most people live in the two major cities, Edmonton and Calgary. A lot of people don't know about this, but Alberta has the third largest oil reserve in the world after Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Because of that, people who live in Alberta is getting financial benefits. So for example, we don't have any provincial sales tax, which makes living in Alberta cheaper than other provinces. So when we purchase goods and services in Canada, everyone needs to pay the 5% federal tax. Each province has an additional sales tax to the federal one, but Alberta doesn't. For example, in the British Columbia, you will have to pay an additional 7% provincial sales tax. So you'll end up paying the 12% taxes in total. In Ontario, you will have to pay an additional 8% sales tax, and then you'll be paying 13% in total, 13% taxes in total. However, in Alberta, you just need to pay 5% federal tax. So income tax in Alberta is also cheaper than other provinces, and these graphs show the differences in Canadian provinces for the income tax you pay when you work in Canada. So this is for a family who has 4 family members with 2 incomes, and they earn $100,000 per year. As you can see, the family pays less income tax in Alberta compared to other provinces. So by living in Alberta, you have a benefit for having a lower taxes, and having a lower taxes decreases your cost of living significantly. Alberta is also known for one of the highest minimum wage in Canada. Alberta's current minimum wage is $15 per hour, whereas if you look at the Saskatchewan, it's $11.45. So as an international student, you do get to work while you are studying. So if you study and work in Alberta, you will earn more money than if you are to live in other provinces. This chart shows the wages in a particular industry in Alberta and the other provinces. So if you are interested in a specific industry, it will give you an idea what the starting wage looks like. So for example, if you are in a construction, you would start off with $34.59 per hour, whereas $34.02 in other provinces. So Alberta's wage is slightly higher than other provinces. And then this is the forecast for the 2019 and the 2028 from Alberta's Occupational Outlook issued by the Alberta government. So this predicts the job openings for the Alberta until 2028 due to the expansion demand, so for example, economic growth, and the replacement demands such as retirement and the migration to other provinces. So the key message on this slide is there will be a lot of people retiring in 2023 and 24 as they are baby boomers. If you start studying this year or next year, the year 2023 or 24 will be the time when you graduate and start looking for a job. So the job forecast is very bright for you. Next is the forecasted job openings in various sectors based on the same report. So again, there will be more job openings due to the baby boomers' retirement, and you can see which occupation will be in high demand next 7 years in Alberta. So the most in-demand job will be sales and the service sectors, and then the second will be in the trade and the transportation sectors. And then the third will be in the business, finance, and administration sector. So if you're thinking of moving to Alberta, this information will help you find out what occupation you want to engage in. And then please note that NATE offers programs to support careers in all these areas. Another benefit for studying in Alberta is you have access to the provincial healthcare plan. And this includes your accompanying family members, such as spouse and the children. You will get a basic healthcare plan from Alberta Healthcare, and that covers seeing a doctor and getting a medical examination and so on. There are some medical services that are not covered by the Alberta Healthcare, such as prescribed medicine. However, you can purchase a supplemental health insurance plan from the student association that covers some of those additional medical expenses. When you graduate, you'll still be covered by the Alberta Healthcare if you are on the post-graduation work permit. So, as you can see here, living in Alberta has a lot of advantages because you do have a lower tax rate, lower cost of living, higher minimum wage, and access to the free provincial health insurance. Now, we are looking into the city of Edmonton. So the Edmonton is a capital city of Alberta, and there are a lot of festivals throughout the year, and the city is known as a festive city. Since Edmonton is the capital of Alberta, it's a political hub, and we have a lot of government buildings in the city. Edmonton is also a business hub, and it supports a lot of small businesses. Alberta government encourages people to start their own business and provide some funding support as well. Edmonton is also a high-tech hub and a home of the National Institute of Nanotechnology. Edmonton's the population is 1.3 million and it's a growing city. We are expecting the cities to grow by 65,000 people per year in the next 15 years. However, the population density is still small and there are only 123 people per square kilometer, whereas in Istanbul, there are 2,500 people per square kilometer. So there is a lot of space in Edmonton, and then when you drive in the city, you will find that there is not so much traffic on the street. The average of the city is the average age of the city is 35 years old, so it's a very young city too. Edmonton has a lot of nature in the city and the largest urban park in North America. It's 10 times larger than Central Park in New York. You can do a lot of different kinds of outdoor activities, such as walking, hiking, biking, canoeing, ice skating in the park. And Edmonton is also close to the world-famous Rocky Mountains too. It's just a 3 hours driving from the city. In downtown Edmonton, there are many amenities available, such as restaurants, cafes, shopping center, and movie theaters. So you can enjoy both urban city life and the beautiful wild nature. Okay, let's take a look at the living costs in Edmonton. Edmonton's rent is relatively cheaper than other cities. So for example, if you rent one-bedroom apartment, the rent will be around $1,000 per month. If you share an apartment with someone, the rent would be much cheaper, and a lot of students do that to save their money. And the grocery would be between $300 to $400 per month, and there will be other expenses such as utilities. So the total living cost would be between $1,100 and $1,700 per month. These costs vary depending on the person's lifestyle, so the costs could be higher if the person likes eating out or living in a better or bigger place. But please remember that you can work part-time while you are studying, which will help your budget. So as I previously mentioned, the minimum wage in Alberta is currently $15 per hour. So let's say you work part-time for 12 hours per week, and then you can make $1,200 per month. This will cover most of your living costs in Edmonton. And then here's the important information for people who are thinking of working while they are studying. If you take a full-time degree, diploma, or certificate program, you are allowed to work up to 20 hours per week off campus during the regular school term or semesters. You can work unlimited hours during the scheduled break, such as the spring break, summer break, and the winter break. For the full ESL students, they can work only on campus. Now we are moving on to our school. So NATE was founded in 1962, and it has 4 campuses. We are currently serving 40,000 students, and it has over 1,900 international students from over 88 different countries. NATE is the 2nd largest polytechnic school in Canada and the 3rd largest post-secondary in Alberta. We are located in the north of the Edmonton downtown, and it's about a 10-minute drive from the city center. There are direct trains and buses to the campus. Unfortunately, NATE doesn't have our on-campus housing, but we do offer the student housing at the University of Alberta and McEwan University. If you're not interested in student housing, you can also find a lot of apartments around the NATE. There is a land called Blatchford next to the campus, and then we are planning to build the student residences on the land in the next few years. So it's going to be convenient for the student. So NATE is a polytechnic school, and some people may not be familiar with the polytechnic school. So I'd like to explain what the polytechnic school is here. So within the Canadian higher education system, the quality and the standard of the education is the same in polytechnic and the university and the colleges. Polytechnic school is considered as a post-secondary school, just like a university and a college. After people graduate from the high school, some people might choose to go to a university or college, but others choose to go to the polytechnic. It really depends on what they want to study or what their career goals are. The major differences between the polytechnic and the university or college is the way school teaches. So while university colleges focus on academic and theoretical courses like English, sociology, history, math, science, Polytechnic focuses on applied skill learning and hands-on training. So in a university or college, you will receive long lectures in the big classes with 100 students, and you will spend a lot of time on researching and writing papers. But in Politeknik, you will still learn the theory, but you will also spend the time on gaining practical skills as well. So you will be equipped with the knowledge and the skills needed for the workforce when you graduate from Polytechnic school. Another major difference is the length of the programs. Most of the programs at the Polytechnics are shorter, such as 1-year certificate programs, 2-year diploma programs. Sometimes they offer a 4-year bachelor programs, whereas university or college programs are at least 2 years or longer. So this means you can be in a workforce faster than the university graduate. So at NATE, we offer small size classes that limits up to 30 to 40 students per class, not like 100 students in a class at a university. So which means students get individual attention from the instructors, and they don't have to share a machine or equipment with other students. We offer shorter programs such as 1-year certificate program, 2-year diploma programs, so students are ready to enter workforce within a few years. 50% of the program focuses on learning theory and 50% on hands-on training. So after students learn theory, they will have a chance to apply it to the real work setting. 87% of the NATE graduates will find rewarding careers after graduate. 98% of employers are satisfied with the performance of NATE graduates. So this means NATE graduates have the knowledge and the skills employers want. When it comes to hiring people in Canada, companies are not always looking for the people who have a university degree. In fact, a lot of companies are looking for someone who has a specialized skills and knowledge. So the Polytechnic education has been developed to meet those companies or industries' needs, and it consists of 4 key elements, and they are technology-based education, industry partnership, applied research, and hands-on learning. So NATE education is technology-based. We integrate technology into the learning environment. So for example, we have a state-of-the-art facilities and a simulation center, and the students have access to world-class learning resources and work with a large and complex equipment in a safe and controlled environment. NATE has a strong industry partnerships, and our programs are developed with industry input. So every year, companies send industry experts to NATE and they tell us the latest technology the students need to know. So we reviewed our curriculum every year and make sure that our students learn how to use the machines and equipment currently used in the industries. So as a result, our graduates have the skills that align with industry needs. NATE also conducts a research with some industry and supports Polytechnic education in Alberta and worldwide. To become an instructor at NATE, a person has to have multiple years of industry experience, and they can teach students from their experience and they tell them what it looks like to work in the industry. Students will spend a lot of time on presentation, research project, and developing relevant work skills. There are also co-op opportunities where students can gain work experience, meet new people, and build network. Hands-on learning gives students opportunities for the practical experience with the latest equipment and technology. So students will gain real-world skills in classes. So for example, in the School of Health and Life Sciences, students will work with the real patients. And in the School of Business, students will experience stock trading and banking simulations, case competitions, and so on. So our credit programs are organized by the 4 schools, and we are currently offering over 120 different programs. We also have a non-credit programs, such as English as a second language ESL programs and academic upgrading programs. So here are the programs offered at the J.R. Shaw School of Business. In the business programs, we have a 4-year bachelor degree programs and a 2-year diploma programs. And then you can select your area of specialization out of 6 different areas. So they are accounting, entrepreneurship, innovation, finance, human resource, management, and then marketing. There is also a hospitality management program and a data analytics program. The School of Applied Science and Technology has 7 different areas of studies, and there are currently 44 programs offered. In the analytical sciences, the nanotechnology system program is popular, as Edmonton has a National Research Nanotechnology Center. The programs in the renewable resources and environmental services are becoming popular too, as people are more concerned about the environment and interested in renewable resources. The energy-related programs are still in high demand, as oil and gas are still the major industry in Alberta. There are also a lot of IT-related programs in this school. A lot of international students are enrolled in computer engineering, software development, and web design programs. Interior design and the landscaping design are also popular among the international students as well. So this is the 3rd school, the School of Health and the Life Sciences. There are 3 areas of study you can learn, and then they are dental and animal clinic, community health, and the medical imaging and the laboratory sciences. And this is the 4th school, the School of Skilled Trade. There are culinary arts and the baking programs and the skilled trade programs. So in the skilled trade programs, the 4 programs, advanced plumbing, advanced welding, automobile service, and electrical installations are the brand new programs starting this September. They are 2-year diploma programs that offer the trade training and then the pathway to the apprenticeship after students complete the programs. So this chart shows some example of the 1-year tuition cost, books and supply fees, employment rate, and a median salary for the program. So basically what you can see here is how your investment in NAIT education will pay off. So for example, if you look at the Bachelor of Technology, you will need to pay $19,000 for tuition cost and $750 for books and supply fees. However, the employment rate is 90%, and then the minimum salary is $85,500 after you complete this program. So the cost for the program seems to be very expensive, but they will pay off once you start working. And you can actually find these statistics and employment outcomes on each program page. And then here is an example of the program page. So on this page, you can find the program start date, the length of the program description, career options, entrance requirement, program availability, and employment, and then there are a lot of other information as well. So in order to get into our programs, you have to meet the academic requirements and the English language proficiency. The entrance requirements vary depending on the program you apply, and then you can find the entrance requirements on the each program page, the one you just saw. So for example, in order to get in this program, you will need English 30-1 or English 30-2. So English 30 is equal to the grade 12 English in many countries. And then you also need a grade 12 math and the grade 12 physics or like science to get into this program. And for the English language proficiency, the most program requires, if it's IELTS, we need a minimum 66.5 for overall score with no band less than 5.0. If it's TOEFL, the minimum total score of 80 with no individual component with below 20. We also accept the Duolingo, and it have to be 115 for the minimum score. If you don't meet the English language proficiency, you can take a ESL program at NATE as well. NATE offers 6 levels of English, and one level takes 15 weeks, so almost 4 months. And there are 3 intakes per year: spring, fall, and winter. Once you complete the level 6, then you can apply to most of the program at NATE. If you're not sure what programs you want to take or you are interested in, you can try this Find Your Future quiz. This is like a psychological test, and then you answer the several questions. And at the end of the quiz, the system will tell you what program will fit you. So it's a fun to play. So if you have a time, I would recommend to try this quiz. So then the next is International Center. So NATE has an international center that provides support to the international students as they transition and settle in Canada. International Center offers 6 immigration licensed advisors on campus, and the students peer mentor support, academic support, and a counselor for the international students. There are also a lot of events for the international students where they can meet new people and make friends. There are also a lot of immigration workshops, such as study permit extension and the post-graduation work permit applications as well. So this is the place to go if you need any help or support during your stay in Edmonton, and the advisors at the International Center will be happy to help you. So this is a quick overview of what your path looks like from arriving in Canada, graduating from NATE, and immigrating to Canada. This is based on a 2-year diploma program, and there are estimated living costs and the part-time work income per semester at the bottom of this slide. After you have completed a program at NATE, you may be eligible to apply for the post-graduation work permit. And after you have worked for a certain period on the post-graduation work permit, you may be also eligible to apply for the permanent residency in Canada. So here is the important information for the students who are looking into staying and working in Canada after graduate. So after you complete your program at NATE, you may be eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit, and the length of the work permit varies depending on the length of your study program. We usually recommend students to apply for a 2-year diploma program so that their post-graduation work permit will be issued up to 3 years. Because you can receive only one post-graduation work permit in your lifetime and you can't extend it, it's better to utilize these opportunities and then take 2 years diploma program, so then you can receive a maximum 3-year post-graduation work permit. Again, after you gain Canadian work experience on the post-graduation work permit, you may be eligible to apply for the permanent residency in Canada. So here is the overview of our application process. It's a little bit overwhelming, and I'm not going to go through each section, but I just want to mention that the entire application process can take up to 2 to 3 months. So we highly recommend that you apply for the program as soon as we open up the application period. So right now, we are accepting applications for 2021-2022 academic year. So that's this September and the next January. And then we will start accepting the new application for the next year, 2022 academic year in October. So if you are planning to apply for the program next September, you can submit your application in this October. So if you're not comfortable enough or confident enough to do the application process by yourself, NATE has an authorized agent who can help you with your application. So the authorized agent can provide you the program information and help you select the program that will fit you. They can also communicate with NATE on behalf of you, and they can prepare the submitting document. However, there might be some service charges you have to pay if you hire authorized agent. So we would recommend you to check the fees before you sign any contract with them. And then you can find a full list of our authorized agent on our website. And then there is one in Turkey too. Okay, so what's next now? If you are ready to apply, please go to our website and then follow the application process. If you would like to explore our programs or do a campus tour virtually, please visit nate.ca/explore. And there are ongoing webinars and student fairs we attend. So please see our event page for more information. If you have any questions, you can email us at international@nate.ca, or you can book a 30-minute video call with a recruiter. So please feel free to make an appointment from a website. So this is the end of my presentation, and thank you so much for listening. I know it's been so long to listen, but I hope it was helpful for you. Now I'd like to take your questions if you have any. Okay, so start from the bottom. Okay, it's from Belgium. Okay. I am currently studying physiotherapy. I want to go to Canada with an exchange program. Are there any program your school is involved in? So unfortunately, we don't have a program for the physiotherapy. I think the closest one would be a fitness program if you are interested in. I think that's the program probably you'll be interested in if you are doing a physiotherapy. But if you are also interested in other health programs, we do have other health programs, and then you can find the program information there as well. And for the exchange program, the school have to have a official exchange agreement with the program. But right now, I believe we don't have any exchange program with the school in Turkey. But you are welcome to come to NATE just for individual study. Okay, so the next one is I am studying international relations. What are the programs and the scholarships your school provide for the master's degree? Okay, so first of all, we don't have any master degree programs. We offer only the undergraduate programs. So like diploma programs or a certificate or like 4-year bachelor program. And then for the scholarship, we don't have scholarship for the first year, but we do have a scholarship for the students who are in the second year. So we recommend the students to save up money to cover all the expense for their first year study and the living cost. And in the second year, they might be eligible to apply for the one of our scholarship. And it depends on the program, what scholarship they can apply for. How is career opportunity in Alberta for the international students? Okay. So right now, to be honest, it's very tough because of the COVID. A lot of people having a trouble finding a job. However, as I showed you the forecast, the job forecast in my presentation, there will be a lot of retirement in 2023 and 2024. So there will be a high demand for the job in 3 or 4 years. So I'll say if you start studying this year or next year, you will have a really good chance to find a job in Alberta. Okay, the next question. Can international students get work permit during the undergraduate studies? So actually, you don't have to apply for the work permits. You can work part-time, as I explained in the presentation. So during the academic years, you can work part-time up to 20 hours per week of campus. But during the schedule break, you can work full-time, like unlimited hours. And there's no need for you to apply for the work permit to do the part-time work or full-time work. I studied energy system engineering, and now I do my master's degree. Do you have any postgraduate program in engineering? Yes, again, we do not offer the master degree program. However, actually, we have a lot of international students who already have a master degree, but came to Canada and they do the diploma program. So if you are looking for example, like research or extensive like academic studies, probably the master degree will be the best option for you. But if you are looking for gain like technical skills, or if you are planning to find a job, it's actually better to go to like a Politeknik school or a college to gain the practical skills, because the Canadian companies actually see what skills they are already equipped with when they apply for the job. So in the master degree or like a PhD program, of course, you can spend a lot of time on research, but probably you won't spend a lot of time on gain like practical skills. So you might have a little bit hard time to find a job after graduate. And then in fact, a lot of like students from the graduate student from the master or PhD program, they come back to the post-secondary Polytechnic school to gain the like specialized skill, so then they can find a job. So this is something you might want to think of about your like future option. Okay, so next one. How about the application deadline for the September intake? Is it flexible? So our deadline for the September intake is actually the start day of the program. However, that's for the domestic student. For the international student, the actual deadline is way before of the actual the deadline for the program. So first of all, you have to apply for the program, and then it will take you at least 2 to 3 months to process the application for the school. And after you get the acceptance letter, then you will still need to apply for the study permit. So in Turkey, I believe right now the study permit application processing time is 5 weeks or 6 weeks. So let's say it will take you 2 months for the study permit application. So here you already need 6 months to process entire admission and study permit process. So you can't really wait until the last minute. We usually recommend the students, like international student, applied as soon as possible, at least 6 months before of the starting date. I'm a third class student and then I'm studying history. So what is the scholarship for the master's degree? Okay, again, we don't have a scholarship for the first year student, but we do have a second year student scholarship. However, we don't have a master degree programs. Can international students do the internship while study? It depends on the program. So some program has a COP program, internship program, and then you can do the internship during the program, and it usually happens on the second year of the program. So on the first year, you will study the theory and the basic, the skills and the knowledge, and then moving to the second year. Before moving to the second year, you will probably have a chance to do let's say like 4 months internship program. But again, it depends on the program. Some programs do have an internship program for the students, but the others don't. So it's better to double check before you apply. Can you please inform us about the language requirements? Is Duolingo also accepted like a TOEFL or IELTS? Yes, we do. We do accept Duolingo. And then just give me a second. Yes. So again, if you are taking an IELTS, the score have to be a 6.5 overall, and the TOEFL would be 80 for the minimum, and for the Duolingo, it will be 115, and that's the minimum score for the most of the program at 8. Okay. Next question is, hello, I am 44 years old. Is that hindering a factor for acceptance? And could I bring my family together? Are there any housing option for family inside the campus? Lastly, our children at the primary and the secondary school can continue their education during your study period. Thank you in advance. Good questions. Okay, so first of all, the age doesn't matter. You can apply for a program whenever you want, and then we don't discriminate the student based on the age. And then I know a lot of people worried about applying for the study permit. Yes, that could be challenging. However, as long as you have a strong letter in your study permit, so you have to actually write a letter. It's a part of the study permit application. But if you have a strong letter and convince the officer why you want to study in Canada, why you want to study in NAIT, how this education expense will be related to your future goal, if you can explain that piece very well, it's possible to have get a study permit. And then we have a lot of mature students who are like 30s, 40s at NAIT, so it's possible. And yes, you can bring your family together. A lot of students do that. And for the housing option on the campus, unfortunately, we don't have on campus. And then if you are bringing a family, it might be tough to stay at student housing at the University of Alberta or MacEwan University, because usually the student housing is very small, just 1 bedroom or even like 2 bedrooms. It's not meant to be for like family. So you might want to look into the apartment around the campus. And then you can easily find apartments around the campus. There are a lot of options there. And so that your children, they are in the primary, secondary school, yes, they can continue their education. And as long as the parents is in a credit program, 2-year credit programs, their children can get a free education in Alberta. They don't have to pay for the tuition fee for their children. So that's another benefit to bring your children with you. Okay. So this was a nice presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm wondering about a neuroscience master. When I'm studying, can I work in a job either? Will it be too expensive without any scholarship? May I afford my living with little saving and work during my master? Okay, again, I'm sorry, we don't have a master degrees, but we do have a diploma programs. And again, there are a lot of good benefits of having a diploma program. If you want to gain the practical skills, we highly recommend to take our program. And then for the neuroscience program, unfortunately, NATE doesn't have any neuroscience, but we do have a lot of like biology related program. So if you are interested in like those area, I highly recommend you to check our website and then see what's there. When I'm studying, can I work? Yes, you can. You can work part-time during the academic year, full-time during the scheduled break. Yes, so may I afford my living with a little saving and work during a master? Yes. We highly recommend you save up a lot of money, enough money, at least to cover your first year at NATE, because you'll be busy with your studies and probably you might not have like a mental space to have a part-time job at the beginning. But once you get used to the life, like new life in Canada and the school life NATE, of course you can start like working part-time, but it's always better to have more savings because it will give you like financial relief. You don't want to stress out of the like financial stuff. And also you have to show a proof of your fund when you apply for the study permit. If you don't have enough money in your account when you apply for the study permit, you won't be able to get a study permit. So that's the another reason why it's better to save up the money as much as possible. Okay. So you said that there is only one postgraduate degree chance whole your life. I'd like to learn about what if I want to study another post-graduation degree with a different subject. Okay, so I think you are asking about the post-graduation work permit. Yes, so the post-graduation work permit is one lifetime thing. So let's see what he says. I'd like to learn about what is I study another postgraduate degree with a different subject. So I assume I want to study another postgraduate degree with a different subject. So if you are switching the subject, that's fine. So the post-graduation work permit will be issued after you graduate from the school. So for example, you studied at the one school, and then finish the school and apply for the post-graduation work permit. And that's it. No more graduation work permit. But if you study the program at the one school and then transfer to the different school, and then you finish the program at the second school, and then you can still apply for the post-graduation work permit. And also, let's say you start studying a business at NATE, but you'll change your program to a different technology program and then finish the program at NATE, you can still apply for the post-graduation work permit. I hope I answered your questions. Okay. So if you have other questions, please feel free to email us, and then I'll type in my email address here. So I guess I send my email address in the chat box. So please feel free to email us anytime if you have any questions. And you can actually book a 30 minutes video call like this, and then we can talk. Yeah, we can talk directly if you have any questions. So if you want to book the appointment with us, you can also send a request to the international@nate.ca. I'll tell you how you can book the meeting with us. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. And then it's been almost a year. Sorry, 1 hour. Hope everyone have a great evening. And I'm looking forward to see you in Edmonton. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Junko, for your fantastic presentation. It was really comprehensive and informative for the attendees.
Thank you so much, Gina.
Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. NAET ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Junko'nun paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Junko. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.